to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. How are you? Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and the notification bell so you can know whenever time I drop a new one. Okay, let's get into this video. I was thinking about this the other day and I was thinking to myself, pretty privileged. If you're pretty privileged, privileged to be pretty, you can, easily maneuver your way through life, I believe. And I was always told that, not because most people thought I was pretty, it was just certain conversations that I was having. Do I think that I am, do I have pretty privilege? I do think I have pretty privilege. I don't think I am conventionally pretty. I think I am, and I hate that word, conventionally pretty. Like, what is really conventionally pretty? I'm talking about Western pretty, from Western standards, but I think I am exotic looking. I've always gotten that for a Black woman or whatever. I do think I am exotic looking because of my hair and because of I was really skinny growing up, like really skinny. Didn't have any butt, boobs, just I was very, and had long black hair, and I had growing up, adolescence, pubescence, some things are bigger than your face grow into them, I should say. Like, you have big ears or weird shaped eyes or whatever. So my lips has always been full. So I had fuller lips, and I had a long kind of nose. So I was just kind of I was cute, and I was a cute dark skinned girl out of all of my light skinned friends. But my face kind of grew with my facial features finally when I got out of high school, actually. But all through grade school and elementary, I don't think I was cute. I don't think I was cute, but I did have crushes, the little grade school crushes that was crushing on me or whatever. But I always looked different. I always was told that I was the pretty dark skinned girl out of the cool light skin clique, and I was okay with that. I didn't really understand how that was kind of offensive in a way, when I was younger. So I was okay with it then. So having pretty privilege. I mean, do you think you have pretty privilege? You think about that, when you go out into this world, do you get things for free? Do people treat you, slightly different than they might treat versus someone that's not conventionally pretty versus you? These are the things I just ask myself, because when you are pretty, you tend to get a lot of things offered to you. People treat you differently, especially if you're a pretty feminine woman, and as opposed to a pretty masculine woman, because there are differences. If you are a pretty feminine woman, you wear a lot of dresses, a lot of pink, a lot of feminine colors, a lot of lace, and just you act in a feminine type of way. You might not curse too much or whatever, but if you're a pretty masculine woman, you kind of can hang with the boys, you kind of do banter with them, and you kind of just maybe grew up as a tomboy, but she was always that pretty tomboy girl that the boys secretly liked, but they didn't want to say. So, yeah, I think I'm feminine. I'm a very feminine woman. I was told by my friend last night that she thinks that I am feminine. But does feminine equate to being pretty? I do think it does. I do really think that it does. Some people might not think it doesn't, but I mean, when you are, feminine versus masculine, because I think a feminine woman does have masculinity in her, but just her femininity just overshines that. So I have gotten things for free, because the way I, might look, or my femininity or whatever. I've had a lot of different situations where I might have gotten things free, half off, or someone treated me slightly different than, someone that's not so cute or whatever. And I do recognize my pretty privilege, or my exotic pretty privilege. And I think if a woman recognizes her pretty privilege, she's more aware of herself. She can kind of finesse that a little bit, hopefully in a good way, not a negative way. And so I think that's really important too, as a woman, being, I guess honing in that and tapping into your pretty privilege. Because if you feel like you don't have pretty privilege, I think you can tap into that. I don't know if that's making sense to y'all. I think you can. You can, dial yourself up. There's just a lot of little things that you can do to tap into your pretty privilege, or to get pretty privilege, and I'm not just saying just because you want to get free stuff or whatever, but you'll just compare and contrast to, how people feel that you look or whatever. I remember I used to work night shift, and I got off at night shift, and I used to just, when you get off at night shift working 12 hours, it's like, you feel like, ugh, you want to go home, you want to take a shower, you want to get into bed, you feel like you look gross. But I remember a lot of times getting off of night shift, like, men used to just think that they should just come up to me, want to talk to me, and I'm like, I just got off a 12-hour shift, like, I look horrible, but apparently I didn't. And there's something about that too. I hear a lot of stories about that. But yeah, like, tapping into your pretty privilege, it's a lot of things you can do. Like I said, dial yourself up. I mean, being feminine and pretty definitely is, I feel like it can be a plus in any woman's life. That is something that I also feel that's our power. If you guys understand what I'm saying, it's a power, I feel like. But I don't know, I was just thinking, like, my friend, she says that she's not that feminine, she's like a masculine pretty, and I just think she's always been pretty to me, rather masculine or feminine or whatever. And I also think that women who recognizes their pretty privilege, they don't seem to hang out with people who aren't, like, prettier than them, or they might be like a level below them, and they know that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those women that don't want to hang out with women that are prettier than them, as opposed to just like, those, we all have our tribe. So I don't know, I've seen a group of all pretty women before. I have, but then I also have seen women, there's like two pretty, I hate saying conventionally pretty women, and then like other women that may be like so-called just homely looking or regular on a, you know, on a regular day or whatever. So I do recognize that there are some women that hang out or befriend women that might not be as pretty as them. And I think those women are insecure. I do. I think those women are really insecure. And I know a few of them like that. And I had to check myself before. I'm like, am I like that? You know, and I don't want to be that type of woman. Because I have hung out, I've modeled, I used to model before. I have hung out with women that were very, very extremely attractive. You know, they got attention. I might not have got that much attention. And I've hung out with women that are just, you know, just like one of the boys or whatever. But they still got attention like that. But I know for a fact that, you know, I try to check myself. Like, I don't want to be that type of woman, right? Like, I'm very secure about myself. So, and I do recognize the pretty privilege that I do have, but I try to make sure that I am always respectful. I'm always nice to people, because I feel like, I mean, just because you're cute, you don't gotta have an attitude either. You know, just because you're pretty, you know, you don't have to, you know, be a B word. Basically, that's basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I mean, you can, you know, recognizing your pretty privilege is very important, because I feel like it definitely can get you, you know, up in the world. It can definitely elevate you. It can, you know, you can make moves in it. And I think it's really important to just tap into it. You know, tap into your pretty privilege, ladies. I mean, it's high time to do that, because there's just so many things that are readily available in our possession. We can just turn around and just turn it around and just really focus on, you know, our privilege and just, you know, live the lives that we always wanted to live. And I'm not saying doing things that you know, you're not well, if you want to do you, boo, do you. But I mean, like, just making sure that you are taken care of, you know, recognizing your pretty privilege, using it to the best of your ability. That's what I'm saying. I hope y'all understand what I was saying in this video, because, you know, this was on my mind. I was like, do I have pretty privilege, or am I using it the correct way? This is how you want to use your pretty privilege, you know? So I hope y'all understood it. Thank you guys for joining me today. I love y'all, I really do. Don't forget to hit that like button and the notification bell. And please subscribe to your girl. Until next time, until next video, I love you guys. Bye.